In the sales game, you're gonna find so many people who are gonna be indecisive. Majority of people are indecisive even when they go to grab dinner. They have to choose from the menu. They take 15 minutes. The same way you're indecisive when you wanna book something, when you want to book a hotel, book a flight, where you want to go on vacation. If you go to vacation, by the way, you shouldn't go to vacation if you have to pick the best cheap hotel. But anyways, the same way you do that is the same way your prospects, your possible customers are going to be indecisive to you. So sales is a reflection of who you are. Sales is a spiritual game. The way you behave, the way you expect other people to behave, the way you spend money, the way you expect other people to spend their own money. In today's video, guys, I'm going to tell you step by step 3 practical things that you must do today to make sure that indecisiveness gets out of the way in your sales business. Before even jumping into the subject, I want you to realize that as much as you are overwhelmed with information and pop-ups and news and offers and so on and so forth, so are your customers. So if you want to make people from indecisive to decisive and you want them to, take a step forward, you need to understand that the way you talk needs to grab their attention. The way you are, the way you offer ease, the boldness you have. You need to be different than the masses, and oftentimes it's not trying to use so many words, but rather showing it with deeds, showing with action. Like you need to kind of be cutting to the chase, off the bat, tell the thing, because I realize that people more and more appreciate straightfulness. They appreciate when people are raw and real, because in today's day and age, especially with AI, hey, you do not know who's on the other side of the phone. You do not know many things, so you love when you're imperfect, you're raw, and you're real. Now, let's go quick onto the 3 tips on how to make people choose quicker. The point number 1 is you need to use recent news to increase urgency. People buy when they feel the urgency. So many times, people don't feel the urgency for what they need, but from what they want. So you have to realize that fear can be a tool, but not always. Even though people should choose something because they actually need it, they have to also want it. Because stupid people are stupid people. You cannot talk at a higher level to a stupid person because they're gonna drag you to their own level and they're gonna beat you with experience. So using recent news lights up their limbic system. They react, they feel emotions, You wanna spike their dopamine level up. They need to be really shaky. They need to be like, yeah, true. All the televisions are talking about this. My friends at the bar are talking about this recent news, about this AI thing, blah, blah, blah. So when you use recent news, you increase the urgency because people can reconnect your offer, what you have to offer, to factual things happening in the world. So connections, metaphors, linking current happenings to what you have to offer. The second thing is, of course, scarcity, but connected to exclusivity. I want you to think further. I want you to make the prospect feel that if they do something with you, they're gonna not only have a bargain in terms of money, but they're gonna become cooler. They're gonna be joining something amazing. They are actually gonna improve their status. People in today's day and age do things for status a lot. That's why stupid people buy brandings and clothings when they don't need to, but they do it because there's a much bigger thing attached to the logo. As a status is what people think of them. It's a perception game. So the same way these brands use perception with you, you should address this perception with the things you sell. So what is your ability to build something exclusive around your offer? If they are part of a community when they buy your product, if they're part of a gang, and they're different than the rest, and they're smarter, they're healthier, think of exclusivity connected to scarcity. And the third way is, of course, to be able to manipulate prices and conditions. So if you want to close someone and you want to put some urgency on them and you want to push them through the line, you need to make sure that you can manipulate somehow prices and conditions. You need to have some tools in your arsenal that you can pull out and use them at the right occasion. You need to play a little bit with conditions. For example, you need to be able to add something. You need to be able to remove something to decrease the price, throw a challenge in. You need to be creative and you need to have them prepared. So many salespeople go to a sales presentation without having like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things into the arsenal. Downsells, upsells, cross-sells, challenges, tricks, tips. You have to be prepared. You cannot be like, okay, this guy is telling me no, and then okay, what do I tell him or what do I sell him now? No, you already know all the routes possible. So prices and conditions. Ask yourself, hey, how much can I manipulate prices? Maybe you have to go to your boss and ask him, hey, how much can I move prices? What are the offers we can have? What are the other products I can add in case the person doesn't value the price or whatever we have? You need to be able to have conditions and prices to be manipulated. Guys, last but not least, remind yourself to somehow push people with intention and heart. I see this is missing so much in the sales game. Everyone is teaching precise techniques and skills and methodologies, but sometimes it's just a matter of heart and intention. It's just breaking the frame and making the person understand, hey, you told me this about you. You need to buy this. You need to put your hands on this product and service. You need to join this club. You need to join this community. You need to start this business. It's time. What are you waiting for? You know what I mean? Sometimes the best sales skill is the heart and intention. When people smell it and feel it from the get-go, everything else comes second.